advanced teaching program. Today I discuss the most important part of English grammar, that is narration. So what is narration? Narration is a speech. Narration is a speech. It has two parts. Direct and indirect. So how we change narration? When would we change narration? When we change narration, some things are very important. The first thing that is reporting verb. Okay, reporting verb and reported speech. And the second linker. The third tense and their change. Fourth pronoun and their change. And the last sentences. Okay, these are the 5 things which are very important for doing narration when we change from direct to indirect. So I have shown you a short video for your better understand how we change narration.
There are some direct and indirect speech of Jack and Jill. The first part of the sentence is reporting verb and the second part is reported speech within inverted comma. Jack says to Jill, "There is a beautiful house." Direct speech. Jack tells Jill that there is a beautiful house. Indirect speech. Jill says to Jack, "Whose house is this?" Direct speech. Jill asks Jack, "Whose house is that?" Indirect speech. Jack says to Jill, "Is this house your maternal uncle?" Direct speech. Jack asks Jill if that house is his maternal uncle. Indirect speech. Jill said to Jack, "Please come to my maternal uncle's house." Direct speech. Jill requested Jack to come to his maternal uncle's house. Indirect speech. Jack said to Jill, "Let us have a picnic tomorrow." Direct speech. Jack proposed Jill that they should have a picnic the next day. Indirect speech. Jill said to Jack, "May God give a chance for a picnic." Direct speech. Jill prayed that God might give a chance for a picnic. Indirect speech. "Hooray! We have got the chance for picnic," said they. Direct speech. They exclaimed with joy that they had got the chance for picnic. Indirect speech.
Now I explain the direct and indirect speech which I have mentioned in the video. Okay, so the first sentence, Jack says to Jill, "There is a beautiful house." It is a direct speech. When we change from direct to indirect, the answer is that Jack tells Jill that there is a beautiful house. So what changes is there? The first says to change into tells. And then this sentence, Jack says to Jill, added with the another sentence, there is a beautiful house, with a linker. That linker is that. And here this same sentence put here, there is a beautiful house. So this is an example of direct to indirect in assertive sentence. So when we change from direct to indirect in assertive sentence, what changes are there? The first change, reporting verb. The first change, reporting verb. Okay. Reporting verb change into tails. Reporting verb change into tails. And then a linker add with reporting verb and reported speech, a linker that. Okay. And the reported speech put after that there is a beautiful house, as it is in present tense. As this example in present tense, that is why there is no change. The another sentence, Jill says to Jack, whose house is this? Whose house is this? Okay. So this is an example of interrogative sentence. This is an example of interrogative sentence. Jill says to Jack, whose house is this? So the answer in indirect, Jill asks. So reporting verb says to change into asks. Says to change into asks. And then whose linker is added here. Here no, that or any other linker add in interrogative sentence, because when we change from direct to indirect in interrogative sentence, the linker whose is added as a linker. If the reported verb says and reported speech start with whose. Reported speech start with whose. That means WH word. That means WH word. If the sentence start with WH word, so WH word always put here. Okay. And then house that is. House that. This change into that. This change into that and is put here. So the answer is Jill asks here. Jill asks Jack. Okay. Jill asks Jack, whose house that is. So in interrogative sentence, what we change? We change reporting verb says to into asks and linker add whose, as the sentence start with WH word whose. There is also another sentence. Jack says to Jill, is this house your maternal uncle? Here also an example of interrogative sentence. Okay. But this sentence start with auxiliary verb. Start with auxiliary verb. Here no WH word is put. Okay. That is why the answer is quite different. First, Jack says change into Jack ask. Jack ask. Then Jill. Then if. Instead of whose, here put if. If or whether. If or whether. Jack asks Jill if. This change into that. That house is his. His pronoun. My change into his. My change into his. Sorry, here your. Your change into his. That house is his maternal uncle's house. So that house is his maternal uncle's. His maternal uncle's. Okay. So next, Jill said to Jack, please come to my maternal house. Jill said to Jack, please come to my maternal uncle's house. It is an example of imperative sentence. Imperative sentence. In imperative sentence, said to, that is reporting verb. Reporting verb change into requested. Change into requested if the reported speech start with please. So Jill requested Jack. Jill requested Jack to. The linker add here to. And come change into go. Come change into go. So Jill requested Jack to go to his. My change into his maternal uncle's house. Okay. So this is an example of imperative sentence. Two sentence also have the sentence if start with do not. So here reporting verb said to change into command. And so next, Jack said to Jill, let us have a picnic tomorrow. This is an example of also in imperative sentence. So when the reporting verb said to change into proposed, and if the reported speech start with let us, at that time we use reporting verb said to change into proposed. Okay. And then that linker that is added in imperative sentence if the reported speech start with let us. Okay. And then let us have a picnic tomorrow change as they should have a picnic the next day. Us change into they, Okay. Have a picnic tomorrow. So if let us start the reported speech, if start with let us, so should have we use in the sentence. Okay. And the tomorrow change into the next day. So this is an example of imperative sentence where we change reporting verb said to into proposed. Change into proposed, and that linker added, and if the sentence start with let us, so we use instead of let us they should have. Okay. The another sentence, Jill said to Jack, may God give a chance for a picnic. This is an example of optative sentence. In optative sentence, may start with this sentence. Okay. And said to. This reporting verb change as in indirect prayed. Said to change prayed, and the linker that added. Next, may change as might. So the answer, Jill prayed that God might give a chance for a picnic. So how we identify optative sentence? The reported speech start with may. So may change into might. Okay. God give a chance for a picnic, as usual, give a chance for a picnic. God might give a chance for a picnic. Next, hooray, we have got the chance for a picnic, said they. Hooray, we have got the chance for a picnic, said they. This is an example of exclamatory sentence. So when we change direct to indirect in exclamatory sentence, the change is that they said change into exclaimed as hooray. Exclamatory word hooray used here, that is why it is an exciting word. So we use they exclaimed with joy. They exclaimed with joy. And that linker add. That linker add. Next, we pronoun change here they. They had as said. Reporting verb as said. So have change into here had as it is past tense. So have here change past had. Okay, had got the chance for picnic. So if the reporting verb past tense, so reported speech change into past perfect. That is why here we have changed they had. We have changed they had. So these are the examples how we change from direct to indirect in narration. Okay.
Now I explain the linkers of 5 sentences as follows.
The first sentence, assertive. Assertive, we link our assertive sentence that. Linker that. In interrogative sentence, interrogative sentence, we use linker WH word. Okay. If the reported speech start with WH word, if the sentence start with auxiliary verb, that is reported verb start with auxiliary verb, then we use if or whether. Okay, whether, if or whether. In third, assertive sentence, interrogative, imperative sentence. Okay, imperative sentence. In imperative sentence, we use to. We use to as a linker. And then in optative sentence. Okay. Optative sentence, we use that. And in exclamatory sentence also we use in exclamatory sentence we use that. So these are very important things to remember. Linker, that, WH word or if or whether, to, that and that. Alternatively use in assertive, interrogative, imperative, optative and exclamatory sentence. Okay. The next, reporting verb. Okay. Reporting verb in assertive sentence. Assertive sentence reporting verb we use says, tells. Says change into tells. Okay. If said to change into told. In interrogative sentence, okay, in interrogative sentence, says or said change into ask. Ask in present or asked in past. Okay. Then in imperative sentence says and said to change. If please use there, we use requested. Okay, please change into requested. And also order order and advise. Advise. Okay, in imperative sentence. And next, in optative sentence. Optative sentence. Optative sentence. In optative sentence, reporting verb said to change prayed and wished. Okay. In exclamatory sentence, said to change exclaimed with joy if it is joyful or interesting, and exclaimed with grief if the reported speech is in sad. Okay, so these are the reporting verb change. In assertive sentence, says change into tells in present tense, and said to change in told in past tense. In interrogative sentence, says change asked, and said change asked. In imperative sentence, if there is please, we use requested, or otherwise if it is command, so we use order, or if advice, so we use advice. In optative sentence, said to change into prayed, change into prayed, or wished, prayed or wished. Okay, and in exclamatory sentence, said to change exclaimed with joy or exclaimed with grief. So these are the reporting verb, how you change in indirect speech the reporting verb. Okay, so now I have mentioned 5 things: reporting verb, reported speech, then sentences, their linker, okay, and also tense I have mentioned. So tense, how it change. So if it is in present tense, okay, present tense, it is reporting verb present tense, So reported speech, no change, What I say? If reporting verb in present tense, so reported speech has no change. If reporting verb past tense, so reported speech change. If reported speech in present, reported speech is present. Okay, it change into past. So if reported speech in present tense, so it change into past. Present change into past. And next, present continuous. If the reported speech in present continuous, so it change into past continuous. And the another, present perfect change into past perfect. So all are change in if the reporting verb in present tense. Okay, if reporting verb in present tense, there is no change, and if reporting verb in past tense, so reported speech change present to past, present continuous to past continuous, and present perfect to past perfect. So now we have changed present and past. There also have another tense we explain in another videos. So now please subscribe my channel, like and share with your other friends, and press bell icon to get new videos. And you also have any query, you have comment below. in my comment section. Thank you.